right, that is my 6-pound can of pure pumpkin in our large aluminum tin. Next, I'm coming in with my yellow cake mix, and this one is 4 pounds of cake mix, and we're gonna add that whole entire thing right in there with our pure pumpkin. This is gonna be such an easy and delicious sweet treat that everyone will love. Next, I'm coming in with some chocolate chips, and don't worry, we're not gonna use this whole bag. We're gonna use a couple cups, so maybe like 2 cups of chocolate chips right in there with our pure pumpkin and our yellow cake mix. Now I'm using yellow cake mix, but you can use a spice cake mix, you can use a vanilla cake mix, you can use a chocolate cake mix, but I like the yellow. All right, once we're happy with our chocolate chip amount, we're gonna grab our spatula, and it's time to get mixing. We wanna make sure we fully combine that pure pumpkin and that cake mix, and that is all we're gonna need for this super easy sweet treat. You don't need any eggs, you don't need any oil. That pure pumpkin is gonna do all the work and add some great fall flavors to this easy potluck dessert. So let's make sure we get this well combined so we can get it cooking. All right, so once we get our batter kind of thick and all this beautiful terracotta color, we're gonna just flatten it out, make sure it's nice and even. There's a little bit more on this side, so we wanna make sure that we get it nice and even. Now this isn't gonna taste and have the same texture as a traditional cake. It's gonna have a thicker, richer texture, and it's gonna be amazing. So I think this looks good enough, and we can go ahead and put this in the oven. My oven is set to 350, and this is gonna be in there for about an hour. All right, look at this. We did get some cracking on our pumpkin cake, but that's okay because we're gonna top it with some Cool Whip. You could do like a cream cheese frosting or a homemade whipped cream if that's what you prefer, but my family loves Cool Whip, so we are making it easy on ourselves, and we are gonna add this full 16 ounces of Cool Whip right on top of our delicious pumpkin chocolate cake. It is still a little bit warm, so I'm gonna be quick with it so we can dig in. All right, that looks absolutely amazing, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna top this off with some pumpkin pie spice. It's just gonna make it look prettier and add a nice little kick to this dessert. Ooh, I cannot wait to dig in. You could also do like some mini chocolate chips on top, but we're keeping it simple, like I said. That looks pretty tasty to me. Let's go ahead and dig. Oh, it looks so tasty. Oh, it smells like pumpkin spice latte. Ooh. All right, her Cool Whip is not making it, but that's okay. That flavor is gonna be there. It's perfectly cooked. So simple, so delicious. Oh my gosh. That is so good. You guys have to try it. All right, so we have our 4 pie fillings here in our loaf tins. We have the apple that I'm spreading out right here. We have the blueberry that kind of just spread itself. We have lemon pie filling, which is my favorite, and we're just making sure that's a nice, beautiful layer in our loaf tins. And then lastly, we have a delicious strawberry pie filling, but you could also do cherry if that's what you like. All right, and I have here my snickerdoodle cookie mix, and this one does come with like a little extra cinnamon packet, but we're gonna do snickerdoodle on top of this strawberry pie filling and on top of this apple pie filling. So we're gonna evenly distribute our snickerdoodle cookie mix right on top of these 2 loaf tins for the super easy and customizable dessert. We always have a lot of people coming over to our house, and they all have a favorite different kind of pie, so this is how I compromise. Before we add that cinnamon sugar mixture on there, we're just gonna make sure our cookie mix is nice and flattened out. Now, if you don't wanna use snickerdoodle cookie mix, you could also just do a cake mix, because this is kind of a take on a dump cake, and you can use whatever cake mix you want. But that looks good. We are gonna sprinkle our cinnamon sugar mixture so that it is a true snickerdoodle topping for our delicious strawberry and apple. Now, I don't think cinnamon really goes with lemon or blueberry, so for that one, I have a sugar cookie mix. So we're gonna make sure that these get covered in sugar cookie, but you could do a chocolate chip, you could do a peanut butter, you could do oatmeal cookie mix. Honestly, the options are endless, and obviously the cake the pie filling is endless as well. So you can do a fun combination for each one. All right, I think that's enough for those two. And then we're gonna go ahead and spread that out. Don't worry, my hands are clean. I always wash my hands. And we're just gonna make sure that we get a nice layer of those cookie mixes on each loaf tin. And we are not gonna mix these. We are gonna grab our butter that we cut into little pads, and we are going to add our butter right on top of our cake mix, just like so. So easy, literally anyone can make this dessert, and it will be a crowd pleaser because everyone gets the pie flavor they want. So we're just making sure that we use about half a stick of butter per loaf tin and covering up that cookie mix. Okay, these are ready for the oven. My oven is set to 375, and this is gonna be in there for 45 minutes. Oh my, these look absolutely incredible, but of course we have to serve these with some ice cream. I have old-fashioned vanilla, and we are gonna add a party scoop onto each of our loaf tins. Easy cleanup for any party. All right, I'm gonna try the apple one because apple is one of my favorites. I did say lemon is my favorite, but that snickerdoodle just looks too good to resist. Steam. All right, make sure to blow on it. It's gonna be super hot.
Is it good?
There's no way I'm sharing this. This is mine.
Hey, come on.
All right, we're starting off with 1 cup of cream cheese frosting. Next, I'm coming in with my 8 ounces of Cool Whip, and we're gonna put that whole entire container of Cool Whip in there with our frosting. This is a super easy and delicious fall no-bake treat. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix these together until they are well combined. Once this is well mixed, we're gonna put this to the side and bring in a second bowl and a second whisk. And in this bowl, we're gonna add our instant pumpkin spice pudding mix. And this is a 3.3 ounce box. We use that whole box of pudding mix. I absolutely love this flavor of pudding. Yum. Now we're gonna add 2 cups of whole milk in with our pudding. This is just following the box instructions. Make sure that your milk is cold, and we're gonna pour that entire measuring cup in with our pudding. Now we're gonna whisk this together until it is well combined, and we wanna make sure that it gets thickened up and we have no little dry chunks in our pudding. So we're just gonna whisk this until it's thick. All right, and this is ready to be combined with our Cool Whip frosting mixture. Get all of that in there. Beautiful. Now, just whisk that in with the frosting and the Cool Whip. Now, you can use whatever flavor frosting you like and whatever flavor pudding you like. I have done this with lemon frosting and lemon pudding. I've done it with strawberry frosting and vanilla pudding, but this is obviously a fall take on this yummy no-bake dessert, and I think it's gonna be my new favorite version of this because who does not like pumpkin spice? But look how beautiful this is coming together. It's just a light orange color, and I think that that might be fully combined. So now we can bring in our ready-made graham cracker crust. It doesn't get any better than a graham cracker crust for this dessert. And we are just gonna pour our pudding, Cool Whip, frosting, mixture right in there. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Little leftovers, you can taste it. And we're just gonna kind of shake that to flatten it out. And then last but certainly not least, before we get it set, we're gonna top this off with some pumpkin pie spice. Just adds a little bit of color to it and a little bit of flavor. All right, that is ready for the freezer, and we're gonna have this in the freezer for at least 1 hour. Right, I actually left this in the freezer closer to 2 hours, but it looks like it's perfectly set. So it is time to cut a slice. And we're gonna make sure to cut all the way through to that crust. Oh, would you look at that? Looks so creamy and delicious. I'm gonna finish this off with a little bit of Ready Whip, because what is pie without whipped cream? Look at that. Oh, you probably could have kept this in the freezer overnight because it looks like the middle is still a little soft, but I can't wait any longer. I need a bite.
Is it good?
No way. That is So good. You guys are gonna love this.